In this video, you will learn how to draw an isometric drawing by recreating this picture that we have here, and as we recreate it, we will double the dimensions. The very first thing to do is to draw a box that has the same height, width, and depth of your image that you're trying to draw. I'll start out with this dimension here. This is 6 long on this side, and I'm doubling my dimensions, so I will create something that is 12 long. Notice that I'm sketching it with very light lines. That's important because we'll later go in and darken these lines. Next, I'll look at the depth. That's this way, and that is 4 long, so I need to draw something that is 8 long. Followed by the height of my object, which is 4 tall. Now you'll notice as you look at these images, as well as the images that are on your homework, that this original image is slightly off from the lined paper in the background. That is a printing fluke, so you don't need to worry too much about that. Now that I have my 3 main axes, I need to finish this off into a box. Again, with very light lines and with short strokes to make your lines straight. Once you have finished your block, as I have here, now it's time to start cutting away. Now it's up to you as to where you're going to start the cutting away. It really doesn't matter which one we start with. I'll start with this face that is right here. It kind of makes an L shape that is 1 wide on the top and 2 wide on the bottom here. That means that it's going to be 2 wide on the top and 4 wide on the bottom here. Everything that I'm doing right now should be with light strokes. And then looking at this top face, that continues, so it's 1 wide on this side. Finish that off like that. I notice then that this point right here connects with that point up there. Usually when I'm drawing lines like this that don't follow any of the dots, I draw them very lightly at first and then go back in and fill it in. I also notice that this point right here, which is this point on my diagram right here, connects up with this point up top here, right there. So again, lightly sketching to that point. Finally, this point on the bottom right here connects up with that same point right there. The last line that I'm missing is this line right here. That goes from this bottom corner all the way to this top corner. Now that I've sketched in every single line on this diagram, as you see on this diagram, I'm going to go through and darken my visible lines. The visible lines are the ones that actually appear on this diagram, the ones that you would see when looking at the object. And I really just do that by putting on a lot more pressure and going over these lines multiple times, so that those are the lines that pop out when you're looking at the drawing. I highly suggest that you do this with pencil, because that way if you mess up, you don't have to completely recreate the drawing. As a matter of fact, all of this drawing should be done in pencil. It's okay if your lines are not perfectly straight. You don't need a ruler or anything like that. Looking at my diagram now, all of these dark lines are the same as all of the dark lines here. So I've completed my drawing. You'll notice that once you darken in those lines, the lines that you used originally to create the box almost fade away because they're so much lighter than the lines that you've darkened.